of the public that hate Mr. Cheney, who has the lowest approval rating of any politician since the modern age of polling. They know what they're doing. They're herding the left wing on one side, the right wing on the other, forming a wedge, forming a V with the point aimed down, with us, the pheasants, in the mouth of the V, being driven out of the woods into the field so the globalists can pick us off at their leisure. It's a drum-beating sport. They're out flogging the bushes to drive us out into the open. And they do it through the left-right control paradigm. And if you like being suckered by this elementary-level military maneuver, then I don't understand why you like being fools. I really don't understand it. It's so elementary. We're going to play this clip later. White House Correspondents' Dinner. Wanda Sykes thinks Rush Limbaugh needs to die of kidney failure and a bunch of other stuff. Again, energizing the left-right paradigm. That gives Limbaugh and the fake right power when they see the left do these outrageous things. And then that gives the controlled left power as well, energizes their base, and then makes the American people divide into two camps fighting with each other instead of joining together against the transnational crime syndicate. By the way, I have another disgusting video clip, the San Antonio We Are Change shot of Clinton down there getting a Prince of Peace award. And they say it, and then the audience kind of gasp and then has a little giggle in the background of I mean, they know it's what they're doing is just very offensive. Even if you're an atheist, you know, it's not good to insult Christians, and it's certainly not good to, like a Jim Jones cult leader, imply you are Jesus Christ. But that's what they do. They say Bill Clinton is basically Jesus Christ, the Prince of Peace. And have you ever watched the UN introduction ceremonies for world leaders? They call them excellencies and grand supreme leaders. I mean, these people are really sick. They also have other tricks like making fun of these petty front men like Gordon Brown and George Bush and Barack Obama. You know, there's also the sport of kicking them around. Like Nixon said, you won't have Dick Nixon to kick around anymore. And to a certain extent, that's true. The establishment loves to build them up as leaders during one phase of the agenda. Then when the folks wake up that they're being conned, they then destroy them and turn that into a spectacle. That's going on in the news right now. All these embarrassing things keep happening day after day to Mr. New World Order, Mr. World Government himself. Gordon Brown tips on how he can apply his makeup. You know, we're left in a taxi cab, and that's big news. Not how the British government's official policy is to forcibly reduce their population in the next 20 years by half, from 60 million to 30 million. So we'll go over that. Something I meant to get to last week, I was reminded about it when there was another article written about it today in the Los Angeles Times. The original one was Seeking to Save the Planet with a Thesaurus, about how they're going away from global warming. You know, they say in these internal White House memos, they say, that are done by these think tanks for them, oh, the people know the Earth heats and cools on its own now. They figured out there's actually seasons, and not just yearly seasons, but 11-year seasons and other cycles going on. So now we'll just say that the Earth is dying and that we're basically losing our atmosphere. That the atmosphere is off-gassing. That's going to be the new one. Which might be happening. You never know. I don't know why they're chemtrailing up there. They are acting like something's going on. Maybe it was all the hydrogen bombs. The Russians, the French, the British, the Chinese, the United States detonated in the upper atmosphere, admittedly blowing holes in large areas of the atmosphere. But, I mean, I don't know anymore. These people are complete psychopaths, so we'll get into that. There is a systematic purging of channels out there on YouTube. They volunteers set up an InfoWars channel separately run by another fella, and they came in and deleted that, even though it was just my show, and said basically no more Alex Jones. I don't really even at this point know what to do about this situation. You dovetail this with House bill aims to strip right-wing extremists of Second Amendment right. And then you read the bill, it really does do that. They got other bills, not just the hate crimes bill, but other bills to openly charge you with a felony if someone says what you said hurt their feelings. I mean, this is really happening. And I think it's important to continue to post all my material to YouTube. People should have separate accounts just separately for my material. But I think it's also important to copy my videos and the prisonplanet.tv live feed we do to all the other big sites. In fact, guys, I haven't done this. Will you guys Google the video ranking, biggest video sites? Maybe we'll give a list of those out or post them.
Are you concerned for the safety?
With the sea I did abide.
And then coming up,
I sailed a schooner around.
I'm going to get into the attack on free speech. You know, I remember back during the Ron Paul campaign, was it a case in South Carolina, where we had the family on, where the police busted down the door without a warrant. Some cop didn't like a Ron Paul sign and roughed up the man and woman and then took them to jail. And they later got an apology. I mean, where do they find these lunatics? And people all over the nation would go up the side of the highway and hold up Ron Paul signs or Infowars.com signs. We've seen so many cases of that, and the police come and say, you're not allowed to do that here in America. There's a free speech zone down behind the baseball field downtown if you want to go there. This is out of the Bloomington Alternative. State criminalizes shouting about I-69. They said no protest allowed. Basically anywhere. I'm going to get the group on. This is really happening, folks. They're really brainwashed the cops, and now they're turning them loose on us, and the courts are corrupt in this country. They're really moving against free speech. Everybody's free speech right now. You protest the North American Union, they tell you it doesn't exist. You get their own documents and say, look, I know it exists, and I'm not buying your con game anymore. They say, okay, arrest them. God help us, man. The New World Order is moving so fast right now. They are just butchering the economy, butchering all of our liberties, and censoring me all over the place because we've really started exploding in the AM and FM audience, the internet audience, the shortwave audience, the satellite audience, the videos people are seeing online. You know, I called in Thursday to the show, and Burmis was sitting in doing a great job, and I talked about everywhere I go. I'd probably say 40-50% of the people that come up to me saying, hey, I listen to the show, they say, I found out about it on YouTube. YouTube. And I'm going to get a list. You know, they've got to have a ranking of the top video websites. And we can compile those and maybe have an activist center on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com so we can have volunteers and people create channels with the video that I do live every day from at least the last 2 hours, 1 to 3. It's posted in high quality and streams live for PrisonPlanet.tv members, and we appreciate all those great members. But then folks take that and post it all over YouTube, and there was an Alex Jones fan website that had gotten up to, it was starting to get like 1 million views a week. You could add up the videos he was posting, about 15 a day. And they were starting to really build about 1 million a week. And you could see the growth curve was just explosive, that it was soon going to be 2 million a week. And that's just one little channel, so they shot that down. They've been shutting down other Alex Jones channels from other fans. And the answer is to create duplicate accounts under other names, other emails, not link them up. The answer is also go to some of the other biggest, the other sub-video sites that aren't anywhere besides of YouTube, but also start posting religiously to those. And we'll start trying to link to those others and also drive traffic to those and build those up just to be able to get our word out, because the system has figured out that YouTube is one of our biggest places to reach new people. And, we're talking millions a week just with YouTube, folks. We're reaching millions of new people. I mean, it's getting to where I walk in gas stations anywhere in the country and they go, hey, you're Alex Jones. How you doing? I like your show. Oh, where'd you find out about it? Oh, I heard you on YouTube. I saw you on YouTube. Then I checked out your site and listened every day, or found out it was a local station, or then I heard you on George Norrie. Like 10% of the time, it's George Norrie. 50% of the time, I'd say YouTube. Another 20-30%, it's news articles and the websites themselves. But we're under a massive censorship and attack right now because we are effective. Because we're hitting on all cylinders, and we know who the globalists are, we know what their agenda is, and we have a track record of being right. And people are discovering 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old TV shows and radio shows. And folks are flipping out how accurate they are in today's context. Well, I hate to steal my own thunder here, but I really didn't do that much. I was reading public CFR documents, Pentagon documents, and other things. All right, I'm going to come back, take your calls, get into the attack on the First Amendment.